Hi and welcome to another week with Photoshop tips and tricks. This week we're going to use some of the layer modes to bring out some really interesting definition and colour. We're going to use this photograph of this lizard, and I love lizards because they're so texture and they've got lots of really interesting colours in them. I'm going to use the layer modes to actually bring out some of those colours. Now I'm just going to copy the background first, and then what I'm going to do, and this is very similar to what we did with the history brush, where we can actually select one and then just using our arrows we can go up and down and through the different modes to see what it's actually going to give us. Now the darker ones I don't think are going to give us too much at all, but I think when we get to the ones with the colour dodge and linear burn and that type of thing, we'll find some really interesting colours. Now if we look back on, this is colour dodge, and what I'm looking at is individual components, and I really like the lizard's eye with colour dodge. We can go through a little bit more, see what else we've got in there. Overlay gives me great detail in some of the skin there as well. So I'm thinking we might perhaps play around. In fact, I like hard light even better with the skin there. So what we might do then is just go back up to normal up the top, and the one that I liked for the skin first, we'll do skin first, was the hard light. Now the hard light gives me some really nice definition on here, but it does go a little bit overboard. So what I'm going to do is bring my I'm coming down to put a mask on here, and I'm going to hold my Alt key when I do it. What that does is it puts a black mask on, which means I can now paint in what it is that I want within that picture. So here's my paintbrush, and I've got it on white, and I've got the opacity at 24%, and I'm just going to bring this around, particularly in the areas where it's in focus. Now you can see I've used a very shallow depth of field in here, and what I'm wanting to do by adding this colour into these areas is to really draw you into the lizard's eye. That's the focus, that's where I want your eye to go. So what I'm doing is really just working around that area that I want your eye to go. This area here can disappear off into the back because it's in a bit of soft focus. I might adjust a little bit so it blends a little bit better. But it really is just this area here that I'm after. Now the next thing I want is that lizard's eye, and I'm going to copy the background layer again. I'm going to bring it above the layer that we've just worked on, and I'm just trying to remember, I think it was the colour dodge layer that I liked. That eye is almost glowing. So again, I'm going to hold my Alt key down on the PC, Option key on the Mac, and click onto here to get a black mask. I'm now going to bring my brush right down, and I'm actually going to come in with Control Plus, will bring me in closer to my lizard. And I'm going to bring this in here and really just bring some colour just into the eye and around the eye there. Really does make him look a bit evil and nasty. And what it's doing is it's really drawing me into that space. So if I turn it off and on, you can see that it's really bringing that up. Now I think the actual eye here, I've done a little bit too much, so I'm just going to hit the X key, which is how we switch from black to white over here. I'm just going to lighten that down a little bit because it's just gone that little bit too far. Let me just merge all of these together for you so that you can see the difference between the before and the after. I hope you've enjoyed learning about layer modes and what you can do with them, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.